Greetings and salutations to each and every one of you. Welcome to the 27th day of my birthday donathon. Only 4 days remain. I have Krusnikheim on the eye. It looks like just the way it's flapping up to my eye to block my way. But I'm Cuddlymuffintop, by the way. Half human, half blah Vtuber who comes into the virtual world through the wonders of human slapstick. And welcome to the final stream of West of Loathing. This stream, I am aiming to basically finish the game, so that way, once the donathon is over, we can get back to our regularly scheduled franchise on Mondays, which is the Batman Arkham series. We're going to be tackling, as a little bit of a heads up, next Monday will be Batman Arkham City, now that we are officially done with Arkham Asylum. So, feel free to stay tuned for that coming up next week. But for now, we still got a few more days of the donathon, and, of course, every single day I've been celebrating in April, well, except for the one day in which I had tech issues and couldn't stream, but we're making up for that day this upcoming Thursday. So, with that said, we have raised over $400 so far for my birthday donathon, and I want to thank you all wholeheartedly for us to get to this very point. And in the meantime, we got Sober Tony, Sober Lisa, and to anyone, and Cat Lady Crates, we can't forget about you. And to anyone else who happens to be either watching this off to the side doing something else, lurking, or watching this as a past stream over on either Twitch or my main YouTube channel where I'm streaming to both right now as we speak. Hope you're taking care, stay safe out there, and hopefully we can make the last few donathon days glorious. Are we gonna get any more money besides what we have? Even if we don't, that is completely fine because we have managed to accomplish a good amount of goals. We have 2 standard emotes coming up on the bracket. We got 1 animated emote. We got Twitch channel point redeems that you can suggest. An item that you want me to put on my throne wish list. All of that is going to come into full fruition through the power of democracy. However, if you have not listed your suggestions yet, time is running out, including today, and ending on my last birthday donathon stream this upcoming Thursday is when I'm gonna stop accepting suggestions. You can make your suggestions either here or my main Discord server, where I have been running separate channels for each idea that you may have on there. As long as you're 18 and older, you're more than welcome to check those out. However, if you happen to be underage, we will unfortunately have to ban you from the server. So hopefully that doesn't transpire and you're respectful of the rules. Yeah, so if we do happen to reach the next goal, which is $450, you also get 1 more animated emote, which I think is pretty grand. But for now, as a friendly reminder for full transparency, each of the donations that are being offered throughout this month is going straight into my savings account to help me with any future emergencies or unfortunate circumstances that may be sprouted up. We are closing in on my end for the first time that I've hit $5,000 on there. So it's all thanks to your generosity and the urge for me to not really waste money on certain things that I don't need and just saving up whenever I can. So, again, a big thank you to everyone who has contributed so far. Like, for example, the people that have their names on these post-it notes. There are 4 days left, so if you want to either get, well, it doesn't matter how much you donate because you get something out in the end of it. Even if you donate $1 to the donathon, you will get a personalized video message from me thanking you for your absolute generosity. The names on these sticky notes on my body are for those that donate $10 or more towards the cause, and there are other incentives too. And we can't forget, the top 3 donators will get some special little incentives such as VIP badge or VIP access through Twitch and a special Your Character Here emote exclusive to the Discord server. as well as a few other trinkets, like a game night on the Discord server. Top donator will get a free commission from Ali Illustrate, the talented artist who not only is largely responsible for making what this channel is what it is, but also it's going to be the centerpiece for my upcoming top 10 favorite games I finished in 2024 countdown on the final day of the birthday donathon coming up this Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. So, hopefully those are things that you can look forward to. If you did want to make a contribution, I have pinned the links to both the Twitch and the YouTube chats. You're more than welcome at any point between now and the end of my birthday donathon stream this upcoming Thursday to make your contribution. But please note, you are not obligated to donate anything. It is entirely optional. You just being here watching my content still goes a tremendous way. And there are still ways in which you can support my content for free without having to pay anything. For example, want to follow my socials? Here is a list of the socials right here. And if you happen to be over on YouTube watching this, those socials are going to be down in the description below, alongside my Discord link and the game links, in which if you're interested in licensing or purchasing this game, those are going to be down there too. I got two of them. One through Steam and the other one through GOG in case you wanted a DRM-free. So those are two ways you can go about it. And for those on the Twitch side, here are those links right now. So, we're aiming to get this game done. This could be a short stream, or it could be a long stream. I know I've been doing a whole lot of side quests, and the last stream I did of this game almost lasted 5 hours. So I'm thinking, this might be a relatively shorter excursion, but who knows? I just hope that people have been enjoying themselves throughout this donathon, the list of different comedic games that we have been playing here and there. So, as for to, well, I'm actually going to answer that once the game is over. We're going to be ranking this and another game towards the tail end of the stream. So, in order to sum up my final thoughts here in this case, oh yes, you're probably looking forward to next Wednesday when that game is back on the schedule. I bet you are. I bet you are in this regard. Oh, that's gonna be something else here in this regard. All right. So without further ado, we might as well go right into the game. All right, here we go. Gonna move myself a little bit closer here. Can everyone, you missed the Wheel of Punishment? Yeah, I suppose a part of me kind of wish that I enjoy your laughs now. Oh, yeah. I'm probably gonna suffer further and further. And I mean, at least we still got Yakuza on the bracket. At least we still got South Park in the spring grid for every other Saturday here too. We still got some funnier titles going on. Titles that aren't as punishable by death. But yeah, the Wheel of Punishment, I do wholeheartedly admit, I wish I had it at a lower cost than $50. Honestly, that feels like maybe it could have been trimmed down to 25 or so. I'll probably do that for the next Donathon, which will be in Spooktober. Kind of lessen that down and maybe swing things around. As for the game audio, can everyone hear it okay? Can everyone hear the game audio all right, or does it need to be turned up a bit or even turned down before we commence? Feel free to let me know before we get started, so that way we have the right idea in mind. Yeah, some water for my throat because I probably am gonna need it here. Sounds okay? All right, excellent. Seems fine? Good. If anyone says otherwise, feel free to let me know, and let's go ahead. All right, what am I gonna eat here for this lovely occasion? Gives you 1 additional action point when used in combat. Ooh, okay. Let's see. I want to make sure I utilize the right ones. Alright, let's see. Which one would I want to consume? Come on. Yeah, I don't want probably that. Gotta look at these items and see which ones would be good for my... Oh, tooth powder. You gotta get a grabber rake and brush your teeth. I suppose that is the way. Eat this plum exuberant. Okay. Let's see. Are there any other ones that help to increase the... Oh, Canada Schwartz Blue Ribbon. There we go. And what else do we have that could be beneficial for our cause? Let's see. Cat's eye. You swallow the cat's eyes, and the pain around in your stomach against the eggies and steelies and swirlies you swallowed as a child. I was... Yeah, we ate some very unfortunate things back then, for sure. As children, at least. Let's see. You drink the risky, which means you feel like you're at your own wake. This is what happens when we drink. Don't follow in my example. Alright, we're gonna go to the map. And I think the first place I'm going to go to is the circus, because I haven't seen the sideshow yet. Alright, your El Vibrato bleeps, and you follow the signal, because of course you do. Why wouldn't you? One reason why you might not is that it led you to a hulking robot that could easily pound you to scrap. Oh, this is fine. Just watch and learn here, fellas. Yep. Gonna do this. Got so many of these going up here. Then we got the bean shield. And then we got our almighty bean golem. He's cranky. And then... Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. I was wondering where that was. Alright. Cast the bean. Wow, that was way too much prep. Okay. Huzzah. Alright, here we go. Alright, so let's see. Which one was it? Test your mind, that's it. Okay, so it was... Give it a shot. Okay, give it your all. The clown starts picking cards under the deck and holding them up with the backs to you. You rattle off their names as fast as he can pick them up. He seems generally impressed. Not sure, we so remarkable as to be practically frightening. Looks like we have a winner. Yay, we got a circus show ticket. The show will be starting so don't miss it. All right. All right. All right. The clown cluster started grunts when you approach. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I thought the show was going to be going on here. Let's see. Here we go. No, wait, that's not it. Hold on. I thought the show was going to be starting up here soon. Who is causing all this malarkey here? Sunflower Ghost, greetings and salutations to you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the lovely wish. You hope the Donathon is going great. We have raised over $400 so far, so I am very thankful for my chubby checkers for making that a reality. So, again, thank you ever so kindly for saying hello then in the meantime. And thank you so much for the happy birthday, too. All right. Sorry, the music got cut off every time I do that. Can't we just provide... Huh. Isn't that strange? Thank you for the look, by the way, Sunflower Ghost. Greatly appreciated. Huh. They said the show was going to be starting, and yet I'm wiping my ass on this grand grass or sand or whatever this may be, and they'll not allow me to go in. Alright. So, I guess we're gonna have to come back then. Well, let me look at the inventory. Admit 1. Barnaby Bob's astonishing demonstration of Specificity and skill. Can I just show this to you and just let you know that I got it? No? Well, I guess we'll kind of look over this later then. Alright, let's take off, Crazy Pete. Alright, so I'm gonna go to the last custard stand. Frisco, eh? Quite a little town, eh? Yep. You ever been before?
Yeah, I ain't real sure, but if I'm honest, I spent a fair amount of time wandering around this area, but I wasn't quite right at the end of the time, so I don't remember much. If I did, I probably didn't see much apart from the drunk tank, eh?
What happened?
Ancient history ain't worth making a fuss about.
Peter's grown stronger from neglecting to tell me about the history. Good on you, Pete. Good on you. Ooh, fine custard. This makes me want to go to Culver's now, which I just found out in the recent survey that Culver's has beaten out Dairy Queen as the top ice cream restaurant. Well deserved, well deserved. Concrete mixers are better than blizzards. Just saying. Hi. Well, howdy there. Welcome to the last custard stand. I'm Custard Man Stan, and I make custard like only Custard Man Stan can. Care to try some? Well, tell me about your custard stand first, Custard Man Stan. Not much to do, just a plain honest custard stand selling plain honest custard. But it's the last one? What, like the last one before you get to Frisco, or last one in the whole territory? Heck, the last one in the whole world so far as I know. But I can't swear to that. Are you sure it isn't the first? Yep, because the first one was also mine. I was further up north. Whole dang operation was ate by wasps, Stan and all. Alright, let me give him. Ooh, we're gonna... Okay, we have enough money to make... Oh, vanilla for sure. Increase... No, wait. Are you serious? Are you telling me raisin custard is the one that gives me a bonus to mysticality? Why couldn't it be chocolate? Why couldn't it be vanilla? What makes vanilla the one that builds... Oh, because it's probably... No, I say any of these would be something. Like you should have given out like maybe a chocolate protein powder custard or something for the muscles. But why did it have to be raisins? Fine. I'm not gonna like it. Can I eat it? There. You eat the custard without mustard. Well, I hope I did. Alright. Let's get out of here then. Let's go ahead and wander a little bit. We haven't wandered quite a way. Goblin suddenly roams up with an armload of driftwood and dumps it out in front of you. What the heck? Let's see. Ooh. Oh, do we have... Yeah, we have enough. The various bits of driftwood has been nailed together into different shapes. Maybe they're meant to be sculpture? It seems like the goblin's trying to sell some of it to you, and they've been very insistent about it. That, in particular, sounded pretty threatening. Guess so. There we go. You gave the goblin 300 B to pick up a piece of driftwood with a chin strap on it. Well, okay then. Oh. Okay, where do we go from... Maybe go back to Frisco now. Oh yeah, let's go over to them. Alright, let's see. What can we sell? Probably gonna... No, wait. See what we can sell here. Is there anything here that I can sell that might be beneficial? I can use that. Keep that. Yeah, I guess we can keep that. We can keep the oil here. Let's see. Do I want to sell that? Nah. Ooh. Orc balls. Yeah, cow tongue. Oh, I could have had some cow tongue earlier. Well, confounded. I just had to have the raisin custard instead. Is there anything amongst these that are sellable? Probably this. And do the absinthe as well. And the coffee. There's always a downside to those. Alright, what else do we have? There we go. There we are. There we go. Sell that probably. What else could we sell? Probably a good amount of things. Maybe these pants. And these pants. Hard loaf. Oh! +5 mysticality. Did I? Oh, I think I already equipped that. What else do we have here? Oh god, the cultist mask. Okay, I have that item equipped, so don't sell that. Nah. What else? Okay. I like what I currently have, so I'm gonna sell it. Let's see. I guess there's not a whole lot that I can sell, but hopefully that does the trick. All right, let's go back to Frisco now. All right, here we go. You gotta get that train back. This is embarrassing. Shmi points to that set of deep ruts off to the side of the railroad tracks. Nordin's taking the train off somewhere in the desert. You have to follow him. I'll see what I can do. Ow, 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 ow. This is a nice station. Too bad there's no train that runs into it yet. I'll get to that. Words on the street is that projectionist wanted 2 is already in the works. Alright, let's see if there's anything here.
Well, I'll be a new face. I'm Clunchy. Make yourself at home.
Thanks. I'm Cuddlymuffintop.
New to town?
I'll be helping Manifest Destiny get the rail tracks laid. We're very, very close. I haven't quite finished yet.
Sounds like you could use a drink.
What have you got? New Amsterdam? The old-fashioned. Might as well go with the old-fashioned. Let's see what else you have. What's with the huge brawl going on over there?
Oh, them fellas always blowing off steam. I just let them go ahead and get their aggressions out. So long as they kept over there away from what furniture I got left.
I see. Can you tell me more about Frisco?
Oh, is it? Fine town. Fella named Samson Frisco founded it way back when the mines first opened out this way and everyone caught the fever.
Mining fever?
Yep, the kind you get from breathing too much dirt. Frisco was a doctor, you see.
Ah, gotcha. All right, let's see what we got here. Sorry, no darts. MGMT? The band? I didn't think that band exists. This lady has a rockin' whiskey. Whiskey on the rocks, eh? That was a little funny the first time I heard it today. So by now it should be a laugh riot, right? Seriously though, why are you ruining that whiskey with that rock? I'm not here to drink. I'm doing important research. Ooh, this might be a side quest. What kind of research do you do? I'm testing the effects of various liquids on hypercrystalline thalatomorphic diorites. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. Today's liquid is ethanol. Maybe I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing you're some kind of scientist. Good guess. Specifically, I'm a archaeologist. Magical rocks? The rocks that you can basically clap together and make them kiss. Hey, not bad. You got it in one. Dr. Josie Morton at your service. Hi, I'm Cuddlymuffintop. My second guess was going to be buttholes, but rocks don't have those. Not typically, no. Morton, huh? Any relation to that Emperor guy? Who? There was a weird outside calling himself Emperor Norden. Are you asking me if I'm related to someone because our last names rhyme? Well, Not anymore. Not in this lifetime. I guess I basically just lucked out there. The professor. Have you met the professor? The guy researching Alpha Brado out by Gustavan's Sklunch? That's him. His work is really intriguing. My fields of study don't overlap as much as you expect. No? I thought Alpha Brado would be right up your alley. There's all kinds of magical rocks in that stuff. Yeah, but those rocks were heavily modified by the Alpha Brado. My interest is in magical rocks in their naturally occurring state. Ah, I see. That sounds boring. Well, how's your whiskey experiment going anyways? Not great, but to be honest, I wasn't expecting much. This test should really be done with pure ethanol, but it's too hard to get that out here. So I'm trying whiskey just for the heck of it, but the impurities in it would screw up my findings, even if I had any. Well, that's a shame. Hey! Your rock just turned blue. Oh, that's unrelated. Hypocrystalline theromorphic diorite turns blue every 23 minutes. I had a colleague who patented a cipher watch based on that property of it, but a 23-minute watch isn't very useful. Plus, you know, the whole cancer thing. Cancer? Yeah, did you think I wasn't drinking this because of the flavor? It's because I don't want a tumor that can yell its own name. Something that... Well, let's ask if we need help. You need any help with your experiments? Sure, I can always use more samples. If you find any interesting rocks, bring them to my house. What counts as interesting? I haven't seen any rocks that turn blue. Oh, just anything the rock doesn't ordinarily do. Moving around on its own, divining gravity, displaying rudimentary intelligence. What about a rock that plays the banjo? Have you seen a rock that plays the banjo? Oh no, I'm just what-ifing. Jeez Louise, don't get my hopes up like that. A banjo playing rock. It would be pure banjo rock and roll. Okay, that was stupid. Well, I'll swing by if I find any interesting rocks. Alrighty, thanks. Hope to see you soon. She pays her tab, fishes the rock out of her whiskey, and leaves. You decide there's no sense in throwing the bathwater out with the baby, and you pocketed the whiskey while someone just basically farts. Who was that? Cat lady? How dare you? How dare you do that? Why? Why did you do that? Why? Now everything's out of control. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's another spittoon. Oh boy, another spittoon. Let's go. I've given up. This is the last spittoon in the game. I'm not going to try and convince you to not be the most disgusting person on earth anymore. Let's go. Let's do the narrator has given up hope. I've been fishing through every single spittoon, finding the most repulsive things to equip, and he's given up all hope. You kneel down on the floor and throw your arms around the spittoon, giving the greasy brass bucket a great big hug. How about a kiss? Would you like to kiss it? You know it, baby. You pucker up and give the spittoon a great big kiss right on the rim. Is there a ton involved? Well, I'll leave that up to you, but even without it, it tastes like a burning horse. How do you know what burning horse tastes like, narrator? Are you telling me something about your dietary habits? I know you do, friend. And if it were legal in this country, I'd let you marry that spittoon and have a beautiful romantic honeymoon night with it. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to settle for wearing it as a hat. Yes, please. You flip that beautiful brass bucket over and slap it onto your head, drenching yourself in hot brown tobacco spit. It washes down over your face and hair like a sewage waterfall, soaking your clothes, running down your collar and slithering into your underwear, and filling your boots. I can't even force myself to describe it in any more detail than that. You are the world's foulest human being. Congratulations. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. We got a spittoon hat. Spittoon hat. Okay, let's try it out now. Let's see. Ooh. That better than my current hat? Let's see. What's my current hat like? Here we go. This will make things, wait, where is that hat? Where is that mighty fine hat that I have? Well, there we go. Yep, that's definitely better. We have definitely gotten something better. It's the ultimate. You think that driftwood hat would be even more spicy, but this is the ultimate one. It's a real Frisco Francis. Oh God! Oh God! They one-shot me. Your bravado wrote a check about your fist couldn't cash. Wow. Okay. I guess I'm not going for that anymore. Yeah, you could have your little Frisco Francis. I'm getting out of here. Alright, let's see here. It's just nearly identical house as far as the eye can see in that direction. Okay, dokie. I guess now we're gonna go to the map and go to the house over here. Several loud gunshots ring as you round a large cluster of boulders and you dive into cover. Peeking cautiously around the corner, you discover a goblin shooting a large pistol at a pile of nailed-together driftwood. Hello? Alright, I'll communicate. After some gesturing and verbal nonsense, you manage to determine that the goblin is using the pistol to make driftwood bird sculptures that don't really sell for enough to recoup the cost of the ammunition involved. So everyone needs a hobby, I guess. You leave the goblin concentrate on the weird hobby. Alright, let's see here. This is some kind of drilling machine. Seems to have taken a huge beating. Alright, so... Oh, this just must be their place. Hey, Josie, what's up with these boots? Oh, it's just a function I lost interest in. What do they do? They're supposed to make you run really fast, but I couldn't get any significant boost out of them. Oh, we could use my mysticality. You're so close, though. Oh, yeah? Sure, just gotta hook this wire up to this spring, twist this flame a little, and Bob's your uncle. Oh, huh. Clever. Well, I'm still not interested in them. You can keep them if you want. Boost boots. Let me see what they're like. +5 speed. You know what? I'm gonna stick with what I have. It's just gonna cartwheel out of existence. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna have to see if there's any more. Okay, so... where do we go from here? That's a good question. We haven't really nailed any new locations, and now we're just gonna have to find out a way. I wish I remember where the Emperor Norting went. Where did you go on this map? You know what? Hold on one sec. I will be right back. I shall be right back. Just gotta take care of something real quick. Oh. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to maybe look this up in a guide. Alright, I have returned. So, I don't quite remember. I remember he gave me that eyesight where I couldn't see barely at all. I think it was like wasp vision. But now I don't recall where the Emperor Norton was going to be. So, let's go ahead and look it up before I completely lose my mind. So we got West of Loathing walkthrough. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's see. Oh, well, that's inconvenient. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's see. Alright, West of Loathing walkthrough. Yes, here we go. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. Gotta look here. What do we got for? Let's see. So it looks like we were looking for some crowns from the looks of it. So we're apparently going to be needing to get Oh yeah, let's go to Roy Bean's house. Oh wait, nope, never mind. I already went over there. That's right, I did. Shoot. All right. Let me think here. Where else do we go here? I know we still got a main quest to go about here. Okay. Maybe we'll go back to Dirtwater real quick and see what we get from there. Maybe we'll come across some... Ooh! Here we go. Silversmith's house. Let's go over there next. Alright. Guess we're just gonna go random. This sign says silver bullet making apparatus. Help yourself. The workbench has a little burner and a crucible for melting silver things and some bullet molds. It seems pretty straightforward. There's also a fine so you can smash silver bullets into needles if you wanted to. You don't have anything silver to make into bullets. Okay. We don't need any needles then. Alright. Let's see what we got in here now that we picked the lock. Oh, we don't have the crack safer thing. The bookshelf contains like 90 copies of Johnny Tremaine. There's something weird about it though. It's too neatly organized, like maybe the guy was hiding something. Tucked behind one of the books, you find a small envelope filled with receipts. About half of them are from a shop called the Silver Platter. He was cooked. The silversmith was selling cheap fakes. Oh well, he's gone now and so are most of his customers. Johnny Deformed. Oh, it could be, instead of Johnny Be Good, it'd be Go, Johnny, go, go, Johnny Deformed. They're probably gonna be parents saying that's offensive anyways. You're right. Okay, so we're gonna have to hit that location then. Alright, let's see. Alright. Ha! A revolting brooch. Wow. I guess that wasn't the last one. This brooch would be much smaller if it wasn't for the thick layer of tarnish and dried tomato spit. This item goes on your lap though. Let's see. You mean this? Nope. This one? Nope. Oh, this. Nah, I'm fine with what I have. Alright, let's see. Let's search this shelf. Instant grits and plum pudding. Alright. What say you, Crazy Pete? Okay, we'll go back to Frisco. Alright, buddy. Let's go back to Frisco then. See if we can come across anything there once more. Be nice if I find something new. Oh, an ancient seaweed-draped skeleton is shambling towards you, hissing and moaning. Oh, guess we must be near the beach. How do you determine when the desert stops and the beach begins? I don't really know how to tell the difference between desert sand and beach sand. Alright, we're gonna fight you then. Seaweed surprise. We got a stench on us. Alright, time to get this all in. We're gonna have all of this going on for us. Here we go, bean shield. Little bean buddy. And then, here we go. Don't get one-shotted now. Okay, good. All right, let's give some encouragement. Oh, good. Good job, little buddy. Now I'm gonna shoot you. Ah. Let's see if I can bash you now. Nice! Good job, team. A sea skull. Alright, let's see. We made it. We got all the way west. Yeehaw! I'll probably still have some quests running around the old journal, though. You sticking with me, Pete?
Heck, Marsh, I mean for the duration. Ain't gonna rid of old Pete, that is he?
Ah, good for you, Pete. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I wonder. Now, we already was in here. Trying to see where else that I need to go now. Maybe we'll go on this. Oh, follow the tracks. Oh, there we go. That's all we needed to do. You jump onto Tina's back and ride like the wind, following the railroad tracks back into the desert. When you finally catch up, you stand up on Tina's saddle and leap onto the back of the train like a real badass. Just barely catching the edge of the roof and pulling yourself up. Here's hoping you don't have to do that again. Your stuntman could have been killed. Meta humor? I do my own stunts. I'm like Tom Cruise in that account, thank you very much. Looks like Pete decided not to join you on account of not having a stuntman. So you're on your own until you get back to Fresco. Oh, jeez. Alright, let's see here. Someone has... Oh, wait. Go ahead. Someone is carefully... Hey! Let me read that! Let me read! Someone has carefully stacked these crates with this end up arrows, all pointing in different directions. Alright, so let's see. Nope, can't do that. Plot. Of course it would be plot related. Alright. You're neither fair nor square. Take the train back by force. Alright, here we go. It's time for us to... I'm not alone here. There. Alright, now we're gonna do this. Get this. Get my beam shield up. Get my little buddy here. And then... see how you've managed against these beans! Holy moly! That took off a lot. I just had about enough of you. Well, you kicked this old Nordic down the road a ways. I mean, down the train a ways. I mean, he ran a ways further down the road of the train. I get it. He doesn't like to be a waiter. Oh god, somebody's built a rickety-ass bridge between these car lines. Very safe and not panic-inducing at all. Alright, let's see. These guys look angry and confused. I never noticed that laugh before. Is that the first time he laughs whenever he gets the upper hand? I guess. Alright. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do the frost spell this time. Yep, all dead. Ooh, a dining car key. Wait, where is he? Oh, unlock it. There we go. Ooh, what's in here? You never wanted anything more in your life than you wanted to lift up this dome and see what's under it. But you're not sure you can muster the amount of culinary expertise it requires to properly reveal a dish of such presumed quality. Oh, I got 50 mysticality, so of course I'm gonna do it. A shaving cream pie? Wow. I'm gonna wipe my ass to all of that then, in this case. Guess I'm gonna use it against you. Wait, there's Norton. You got a cream shot from him. Throw that pie. Curses! It's just... Wait, go ahead. Let's see. Wait. The note says, I've hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage to make it easier for me to murder everyone in the sleeper car. Sincerely, the train murderer. Wait, what is this? Bacano? P.S. Come to the roof of the sleeper car in the next 55 minutes you want a murdering. Alright. Let's see. Let me look at that again. Hidden the key to the forward passenger car in my luggage. Okay. You open the car to the first passenger compartment. The sole occupant is a little boy about 10 years old, wearing a blue shirt and knicker bottoms.
Oh, hi. Hello, sir. Is something wrong?
Nothing you need to worry about, kid. I'm on the trail of a bad guy. Duh. Didn't think I would get a Billie Eilish reference in there.
Do you mean a murderer, sir? Pretty sure there's one in this train and they can't call me the world's greatest detective for nothing.
What's your name, kid?
I probably shouldn't say so. There might be a copyright thing.
Wait, I thought Sherlock Holmes was part of the public domain. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can handle this. Oh, probably not back then, though. That's the thing. Just let me ask you one question, and then you should lock your door after I'm gone.
I understand, sir. What do you like to know?
Are you on the roof of the train?
Excuse me?
The murderer left a note saying he's on the roof of the train. Are you?
No, sir. I'm in my passenger compartment.
Right, very good. That'll be all. Alright, let's see. You open the door to the second passenger compartment and look inside. There's a portly man in a dapper gray suit with a tiny, meticulously waxed mustache. And not, I'd like to clarify, an enormous bushy one. Excuse me, is there some way I might be of assistance, monsieur? Sorry to bother you, but there's a murder on the loose and I'm checking the passenger compartments. Sacre bleu! This is very serious, mon ami. Allow me to prefer to you the use of my little gray cells. Oh god, are you gonna chop off one of your arms to basically let them leap off with happy cries? I don't know what that means, but no thank you. Let me ask you one question. Why, certainly, I am at your service. Are you on the roof of the train? The roof of the train, monsieur. Right now? That's right. No, I am here in conversation with you. Alright, so it's not you. Let's check in here. You open the door to the third passenger compartment and find nobody inside. Since the note from the murderer said he was going to be on the roof of the train, that means he couldn't be in this passenger compartment. And since there's no one inside this passenger compartment, whoever the compartment belongs to could only and process elimination be on the roof. Which means the person who rented this compartment must be the murderer. Probably. The only clue you find in it is a luggage ticket, though. It has the number 3 on it. Alright. You find peg number 3 as the key to the forward passenger car inside. That's very strong corroborating evidence for your theory of who the murderer is. Alright, here we go. You finally make it to the passenger car, one car back from the locomotive, which may be confusing. You thought locomotive meant the entire train. So I could just say the engine, except that also refers to the engine itself. That is, the actual steam engine that makes the train go, and not just the frontmost car of the train. Anyway, you're in the passenger car. Suddenly, Norton clambers in the window. He must have dramatically clung to the side of the train in order to reveal at the last minute that he hadn't actually been defeated. Dang it! He runs into the, the frontmost car of the train and locks the door. Oh, what a jerk. Maybe you could get some of the passengers to help break the door down and arrest him. Or maybe you could kick the door down and shoot him until he can't bother anybody anymore. Alright. Do I get these people? Oh, I want to talk to him. This guy's totally pranticking, which is a word I just made up means ranting in a frantic passion. Or frantic panic. Everyone else is ignoring as hard as they can. Let's talk with him. Hey, buddy. You okay?
It's a lie! We're never gonna get to Frisco! Frisco County doesn't even exist!
They've been testing to see how long we can survive on complimentary peanuts and bottled water, and now they're driving us out into the desert into some kind of government camp! They're gonna use our organs to fuel alien flying machines, man! Ooh, I have percussion maintenance. Sorry, I guess I lost it for a second there. Feel better? He rubs his chin. Well, yes and no. Listen, we're gonna get to Frisco, but first we gotta bust into the locomotive up front and arrest the crazy guy. I need some volunteers. Okay, I'm in. If I have to sit here doing nothing for much longer, I'll probably flip out again. Okay, that's one person. Let's talk with him. Excuse me, can you help me with something? Ooh. Sorry, I'm busy. Ask my wife. Or my daughter. God knows she could do with something to keep her occupied. What are you working on? It's quite academic, I'm sure you wouldn't understand. Try me. If you must know, I'm a scholar of foreign antiquities. I'm attempting to resolve this ancient conundrum from the Far East. Ooh, we can solve it with mysticality. Oh, it's a Shodoku. Don't get too loud. Yeah, I know I got a little excited there, but it is early on in the day, so yeah, gotta watch myself here. Look, my little brother thinks they're for babies. What? Look, this box can't be a 3 or a 7 because you got those there and there, so it has to be a 4, which means there's 5 here and 9 here. And if that's a 9, then this can't be. So it's a 7 and this one's a 2. You know, I actually like to do Sudokus every now and again to basically keep my brain working, in a ways. Yeah, damn it. What fun is it that you just solved it for me? Sorry, will you help me break down the door to the ancient and arrest the Emperor? Well, I got nothing better to do now. Cool, thank you. This woman just ignores you. Knitting. Let's see if we can help. Oh. I guess we'll just have to leave her alone. We don't have the skill. Okay. Hi. Excuse me? Yes, what is it? Crazy jerk calling himself Emperor Northern has hijacked the train. And I need volunteers to help me bust down the door and arrest him. I see. And will you help me? No, I really rather not. That sounds quite strenuous, perhaps even dangerous. Come on, please. No, I don't think so. I'm quite comfortable here, and I prefer to avoid stress. Pretty please. Again, no, I'm supposed to avoid things that might raise my blood pressure. Pretty please with sugar on top. Sugar is one of those things. Pretty please with gravy on top. Gravy is nothing. Look, just please leave me alone. Please, 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 no. Please, 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 please. I said no, stop asking. You're really getting on my nerves. Please, 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 I'll stop asking to say yes. No, damn it. Please, please. All right, God, fine, I'll help. Just leave me alone. It's that kind of annoying persistence that goes the whole way through. Birds of the Western Territory. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Crazy Psycho has taken over the train's engine car, and I need volunteers to help break down the door and arrest him.
Oh my! I certainly couldn't be of any help with that. I'm very conflict averse.
What if I told you he hates birds and is determined to outlaw them for the territory after he sees power?
That's very sly. But I know you only say that because you saw the book I was reading.
Yeah, you got me there.
Any other ideas to convince me?
Suddenly you are tapping. A tapping near the passenger car window. What the? Russell! You open the window and your pet crow Russell flaps into perches on your shoulder. The one that I set free at the beginning? Hey, buddy, good to see you.
Ha! Oh my gosh. What a beautiful crow. And he knows you?
Oh, sure, me and Russell go way back. Right, buddy? I rescued him from a cat when he was only just out of the nest and raised him as a pet. I set him free when I left home recently.
But what is he doing here? Has he been following you since then?
No, he probably just happened to be flying by and spotted me on the roof of the train and recognized me. Crows are crazy smart like that.
That's amazing! Oh, what I wouldn't give to have an avian friend like that.
Well, I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling after this, so I figured I can't really drag Russell along with me. But I bet Russell wouldn't mind being pals with a nice lady in Frisco who helped save the train. What do you think, Russ? I'm giving up Russell to the avian bird lover. Russell caws again and flaps over the perch next to the lady. He lightly pecks at her shoulder in a friendly manner.
My goodness, how can I refuse? It's a pleasure to meet you, Russell. My name's Annabelle.
All right. Oh, and there's Russell right there. This man is too busy ignoring his daughter to not ignore you. This little girl is peering out the window of the train, clearly bored out of her mind. Hi there. Busy?
No, all my toys and friends are not like it. It's boring. I hate it.
You want to help me out with something really important?
Huh? Like what?
Well, the bad guy took over the engine car. I need some people to help me break down the door and arrest him.
What? This time's just a little girl.
Hey, now, that's not a good attitude. Don't ever let anyone tell you they can't do anything just because you're a girl.
But, okay, yeah, I'll bust that crook's face in.
Wow, that's the spirit.
But you gotta pay me in advance.
Jeez, you're learning a little too fast. All right, what do you want?
I like stuffed animals.
Wait, how do we get stuffed animals? Might as well. You pound on the door to the locomotive, or engine car, or cab, or whatever. Open up, Norton!
No!
All right, then I'm coming in.
Oh, yeah? You ain't one army, tough guy.
Me and this army. You and the passengers break down the door very impressively. Though it would have been even better to add some torches and those old-fashioned rakes. Hey, come on! This is a train. I don't think anyone's gonna be sporting those around. Norton is backed up into the corner of the engineer's compartment next to the engineer, who looks over his shoulder to you and shrugs. So-called Emperor Norton, you're under arrest for the crime of being a total ass.
That's not illegal.
It is when I'm in town. Everybody, grab him! Except you, Mr. Engineer. I can see you're busy driving the train.
Right.
Actually, if you could turn around and head back to Frisco at the next station, that would be great.
No problem. Ugh. Oh, let go! This isn't over. You haven't heard the last of me?
Tell it to the judge, Norton. Yay, we got the train back.
You did it! Thanks, boss.
No problem. I swear you've been giving me different voices each and every time here.
We got the train rail relayed right up to the station now. The first ever cross-territory railroad, thanks to the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company, and principally you. You did a real good job, Cuddlymuffintop.
All right, there we go. Our train is... So, the final cutscene. Oh, looks like somebody on that train got a job as a projectionist. Would you like to watch this movie? It's free because movies have only recently been invented, and nobody has figured out they can charge for them yet. Note, doing this will not change anything about the world or your character. When the cutscene is over, you'll still be right here and you can keep playing if you want. Sure, why not?
Some folks say when endings don't matter.
Press any key, okay.
But other folks, they like to know how things turn out. The consequences of the actions like. With the trains running again, Frisco thrived. People came from all over to seek their fortunes. But thanks to you, they didn't have to do it while on fire because some cow attacked their wagon.
Look at that! It's thriving now. Wait, am I done? Am I technically done?
With the railroad completed and Norton ousted, Shmee found himself out of a job but in of an opportunity. After being elected mayor, he managed the growth and infrastructure of Frisco with compassion and pragmatism. In 1944, Frisco was named Most Reasonable City by the Tuesday Evening Post.
Look at them hustling and bustling in this new town. Oh, is that him right there?
With all of the nearby mines operating again, his lifetime's worth of geological knowledge made Pete an extremely valuable player in the new economy. He settled down in Frisco and opened an assailing office.
Good for you, Pete. And I know why you asked assailing. What's assailing?
It's evaluating the quality of ore, and Pete was the best at it. People came from miles around to get the nuggets inspected.
Good on you, Pete! Yay, I got an achievement for Pete! Pete was a good teammate. I say what? Great. Great name for a company. A say what? Thanks to your assistance, Hobart Bobhurt got the photography bug. Or should we say the photography owl. Anyway, he opened an art gallery so the citizens of Frisco would never again have to suffer from the inability to see pictures of owl skeletons whenever they wanted. Alright, nice. Oh, it's because I saw that, gave him that skeleton. Kurtz left the fort and set up shop in Frisco. His cult fitness group skyrocketed in popularity. The growth was entirely due to word of mouth, because the first rule of Kurtz Fits is that you cannot stop talking about Kurtz Fits. Kurtz till it hurts. No Kurtz pain, no Kurtz gain. Jeez, they invented twerking before Miley Cyrus did it. The washboard and guitar duo that you sent to Dirtwater started touring as Corn Pone Holiday. They were a big hit in Frisco, but some people claim that their fans were all listening ironically. Look at that. Look at the amount of people just dancing about. You solved all the Breadwood's problems. With the increase in morale and civic resources, they were able to clear the weeds from the road and fix the well and the broken hitching post. There was even enough left over to give the mayor's office a new coat of paint, refresh the facades on the Buttery Biscuit, and add a second story to the bunkhouse. They even managed to get that horse into rehab. Well, good for them. Any horse going into rehab is always a good venture. The horses still look so weird. Chuck continued to run his blood and breakfast without incident, accident, scandal, or allegation for many years. I thought something was gonna pop out like down below here. And he was just go chasing after them. You won 4 of the reenactment scenarios at Fort Memorial. They still talk about you. Remember that cuddly fella came in? Yeah, he was really good at this game. Through sheer luck. Do we have any more root beer? That's one of the tier lists that I unlocked, so I'm gonna have to start buying root beer. With your help, Roy Bean's Jelly Bean Museum became the talk of the town. Well, first they had to build a town nearby, but once they did, woo-wee! Oh god, look at that person in line who's just pumped to see those jelly beans. And the one person in last place almost looks like one of those spirits from Princess Mononoke. I could be wrong. Dirtwater became, relatively speaking, a thriving metropolis. Thanks to your efforts as the commerce ambassador and all-around helpful stranger, the once sleepy town became a shining oasis in a barren land. Every man, woman, and child in the town knew your name. They even put up a little plaque with your name on it in your old room at the Jewel. Well, that's always reassuring. Nice. Look at them. Drinking to the heart's content. Now I kind of want some root beer now. Look at them throbbing. Throbbing! Thriving, you nincompoop! Thriving! God, can't believe a slip of the tongue always makes me say the craziest and dumbest things. As for you, after your adventure, you settled in Frisco and bought a very long, very narrow house. You filled it with souvenirs of your exploits. Wait, hold on. You said that there was a redeem here. Let's see. Oh, tea time. Okay. Well, we're cutting into the end of this game, so once we finish up these last sequence, then I'll do some tea time, and then we'll just do our tier list ranking of the game afterwards. So thank you again for the redeem kitten. But yeah, there will be a future root beer taste and tier list in the near future, though, as one of the goals that were passed during the Donathon. When you left home, you told Rufus you wanted to help people. You have helped 38 people over the course of your adventure. Your parents would be proud. Actually, I meant to say they are proud. Last time you visited, you asked both of them if they were proud, and they both said yes. Look at that. Wait, that's all my accomplishments? Holy crap, look at my digs. Not too shabby, not too shabby indeed. Oh, let's go back. There we are. Oh yeah, that's right, I sold off all the hats. Ha! And there's my Splatoon hat. In 1906, all of the remaining clothes in the West were simultaneously activated by some kind of signal from hell. They thundered east, forming a gigantic single-minded herd. Led by the infernal sadist, Duke Bofiscus, the cow army thundered east towards Dirtwater. Oh great, the cow invasion. Fortunately, Gainer Rodeo Clown swept in at the last minute and slaughtered the herd just before it reached Dirtwater. Good job, Rodeo Clowns! Unfortunately, all the townsfolk at Dirtwater had a hard time sleeping for pretty much the rest of their lives. Seriously, it was a grisly sight. 420 years later, deep beneath the ground, ancient machines silently stopped doing the thing they were built to do. It's probably fine. You and everybody you know are dead by then, and most of humanity has moved to space. Still though, it's a shame about the planet. There were some cool bars there. Oh, yeah, I looked into the future and this is what I found. Thank you for playing. Alright, that was West of Loathing. We actually got it done a lot sooner than I expected. Holy crap, a lot sooner. It's only been about an hour. Holy blobby hell. Can't believe it didn't even take that much time. I should have taken my sweet time with this. I should have stayed more lost than I did at the beginning. Ah, nice. Played the demo at PAX Indiecade. Ooh, all the beta testers for this game. Yep, you gotta have your good amount of beta testers to make sure everything's working properly. And if you enjoyed West of Loathing, you might also enjoy a free browser-based game, The Kingdom of Loathing, on the internet. Alright. And I guess that is going to do it. We'll go to the main menu. And with that said, I will be right back. I'm gonna get some tea brewing, and when we return, we're just gonna cap things off a little bit, rank it, see how I feel about the game in particular after beating it, as well as one other title I recently feel like I could rate properly. So, thank you again so much for tuning in for the stream so far now that we have beaten West of Loathing, and I shall be back with some tea. So, don't go anywhere. I will find you. right, I have returned. Thank you so much for your patience. I have gotten myself some tea. Gonna let it steep for a little bit. It's our glazed lemon loaf. And I think before we decide to cap things off, we might as well get some rankings in for 2 games in particular. Tonight's game that we just finished up and one other. So let me go ahead and bring that up before we decide to call it a lovely evening. All right, here we go. You probably have noticed something. I made a recent change. Death of the Reprobate has been moved down to the A tier? Yeah, I figured since it didn't really wow me in the same way or gave me the same chuckles as the Procession and the Cavalry, it basically had a little bit of a lingering impact compared to that one. But it's still a very hilarious title. The top 3 games in the A-list are just, all 3 of them are hilarious, so still check them out if you haven't already. But be forewarned, Death of the Reprobate, it does get quite something. It definitely stretches the M rating, kind of like with South Park. So, the first game that I'm gonna rank is a game that, the first one actually, for Short Game Fridays, What the Golf. So, I made it an effort to play just about every hole, enter every challenge, get every crown within this game. And overall, I think it's fine. I feel like this is definitely a game that really tailors to how it was originally made up or given. Because wasn't this exclusively a phone game, or did it become a phone game afterwards? Because I feel like as a mobile game, it works just about the best, especially when you're flicking your finger to make that golf ball or whatever sort of concoction. It does provide some laughs here and there in the way that it just subverts the expectations of a usual golf game. It's probably one of the more unique golf games that I have played. But after trying out every course and trying to see how it all fares, I will admit that it kind of wears out its welcome in a little bit, but not by a whole lot. It's definitely a game that I'm glad that I got the chance to play. Overall, I do like the visual designs. I do like the nods to different types of indie games such as Super Meat Boy, Portal, even Super Hot. That was like some good old nods over to those ones in particular. But overall, I think this one is going to be a good old-fashioned B tier. Yeah, nothing too surprising there. Nothing too surprising. Now, what the car? Maybe I'll put that on my wish list for a future stream. But for now, we'll just go with What the Golf right there. Now, to the game that I just finished tonight. West of Loathing. What would be the best way to describe West of Loathing? I do like the animations, because anything in regards to stick figure animations, even the intense action scenes or fights videos that you see in the early days of Newgrounds, they have worked some magic in those. While it doesn't stretch to that sort of foundation, I still think it's kind of impressive, the animation quality they were able to get with these stick figures. And it does get rather silly here and there, especially with, it's definitely more text-based than what I was expecting, for sure. I honestly, well, there was no narration or voiceover in any way, shape, or form, but it definitely delved into a more of a, well, kind of like a actual role-playing game in this case. Like, the narrator was the GM for the entire establishment, and they're just guiding me through the process. So, yeah. Now, what did I think about it overall? I think that the combat overall, as a being slayer at least, with me maxing out all my mysticality points, it did start become a bit of a chore. Like, there wasn't too much challenge besides a few areas like the, when we were trying to do the old-fashioned Risk or Warhammer scenarios in that one fort, I believe. I forget what it was called. It was, I can't quite remember, but I was playing as the cows in that one, and that was tricky to try and maneuver around. But I feel like with some of the silliness, they really hit it hard for me personally at the very beginning with the silly walks. But if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the silly walks were like the highlight of the entire game in terms of its laughs. Maybe it's just because I'm not a big fan of Western movies in particular, or have enough nostalgia when it comes to Western stories. But I suppose if I had a bit more context as to if it was making fun of certain Westerns, or if I had grown up with watching some such as the ones with James or John Wayne or Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid, and some of the older ones like with Clint Eastwood, maybe I would get some of the humor. Maybe I would jump off of it a bit more than I did. I think for what it is definitely decent. I guess that's the best way to describe it. I did have some fun with it, but I don't know if it's a game that I'm ever gonna go back to again. And while it did have its charm, I will wholeheartedly say that is probably lower B tier for me in this regard. Do like Crazy Pete though. I'm glad that Crazy Pete had a good ending. Now, with that said, we got 2 of the funny games now on the bracket. In fact, 3, 4, 5. I definitely won't be getting to Yakuza 0 for a long time. Cryptmaster will take some time, especially when I have to retrace my steps. I might even do that tonight. And then Mario and Luigi might be a few more streams. But overall, yeah, those are gonna be my rankings for these particular titles then. So, do you agree? Do you disagree with my standings? Feel free to let me know at any point. I think we got a good amount of variety. No C or D ranked games as of yet. And I don't think any of the games that I played this month for the comedic games really fit that. Honestly, I wouldn't even be playing them if they were. So, I'm thoroughly impressed with the selection that I came up with, and you came up with Yakuza 0 and Undertale. Thank you again for offering the votes during those surveys. So with that said, yep, I think that's gonna be doing it. Now, will I actually play the sequel, Shadows of Loathing? Because those are gonna be it's the Loathing series, but stick figures, but with Cthulhu horrors. I'm almost certain I'm gonna put it on my wish list. I don't know if I'm gonna be playing it right away, kind of like the same thing with Banjo-Kazooie or the Oddworld series, because those are games that had sequels, but I never got to them. But maybe somewhere down the line I'll check it out, because I did hear that it's better than West of Loathing. I mean, it was 5 years after this game came out, so we'll have to wait to see. Yeah, I'll probably put it on my wish list and see if it's something that I'll get to somewhere down the road. But with that said, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. This stream was very short, but you know what? I at least got a game finished. And with now, next Monday, I can safely say we are going back to Batman Arkham with Batman Arkham City next Monday, 7 p.m. on both Twitch and YouTube. Back to Batman! And this is the one that I remember actually liking the most. More open world ended. More villains actually sprinkled in. And a bit more of a better story beat, I would say. I think I prefer this story a bit better than the Arkham Asylum, if I remember correctly. So, with that said, tomorrow night, for my birthday donathon, I'm going to be continuing with Yakuza 0, buying all of the special drinks. I have to remember where I need to get them again, because I don't quite recall. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, feel free to join me for tomorrow night, the third to last birthday donathon celebration, 7 p.m. Central on Twitch and YouTube. And again, the other 2 streams that will be coming up will be our Undertale finale this Wednesday at 7 on Twitch and YouTube Central. And finally, for the finale, we're going to be counting down my top 10 favorite video games I finished in 2024 as a good send-off with illustrations done by the talented Ali Illustrate. So, feel free to look forward to that in the meanwhile, and we'll see how things go. While we didn't raise any money today, again, I have mentioned that it doesn't matter to me if we ended off like this because we have raised a good amount of money overall. So, I thank you to anyone who has donated so far. From the bottom of my heart, thank you ever so kindly for your support and generosity. Just about all of the money that has been donated has gone straight into my savings like I promised. I just have to wait for the withdrawing from the last donation, which I think might actually be today. So, we're doing good. I think we're doing pretty well in getting that all up to date. So, if you want to make your donation before the stream is officially over, I still have them, well, the link in this case, in the pinned comment. So, whether you're on Twitch or on YouTube, if you want to make a contribution towards the stream itself, you're more than welcome to do so. But please note that it's entirely optional. You are under no obligations to donate anything, especially if you're not doing financially well. With that said, if you are interested in the game at all, on your end, if you think it's a game that you might enjoy, here are the links right here for you to check them out, either through Steam or DRM-free through GOG. And these links will also be down in the description below for any YouTube viewers. So alongside my social media links, my Discord server, etc. Now, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of any more upcoming streams of videos over on YouTube, or if you happen to like it here on Twitch and aren't following yet, feel free to follow. It's always greatly appreciated. Now, with that said, I guess we can now... Okay, we gotta make sure we have enough people to do a raid. We gotta see. Hopefully we have enough people for a raid. Okay, so far so good. Huzzah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Who haven't I... Let's see, what haven't I raided yet? Who haven't I raided yet this month? I always want to raid people I haven't yet. I think I have raided Amori. Oh, Gilbert is back on again. Gilbert hasn't streamed in quite a while. You know what? Let's go for Gilbert. Let's see. We'll do Welcome Back Gilbert raid. There we go. I think that would be an appropriate raid message, because I don't think Gilbert has streamed on their Twitch channel in quite a long time. So, I'm going to go ahead and copy and... Whoop, hold on. I'm going to copy and paste this here. Here we are. All right, here is the raid message if you wanted to copy and paste this into the chat once we get to that point. And now, we'll go ahead and copy this. And I think we will be good to go for the raid for Gilbert. I want to make sure that I am... Let's see, here we go. Okay, Gilbert the Goose. There we go. Gilbert the Goose. There we go. All right, the raid is all set. Thank you again so much for joining me for this stream. Sorry that it was a shorter one, but at least we got another game done and we can go back to Batman Arkham next Monday. And hope you did enjoy the streams nonetheless, and have an exquisite rest of your day, whether it be the morning, afternoon, evening, or night, depending on where you may be. Ta-ta for now.